first. So when I jack this up, it's just going to try and fall off straight away. Like that. So put a strap on it and hopefully that'll hold it in place. It might not. Oh no, it came handy alright, didn't it?
No.
Yeah, it came handy alright. So I will centralise it a bit better than that. This is just so I can get the strap onto it.
Got a beautiful view of your bald bit.
Okay.
Nothing.
I'm taking the mick out of my receding hairline, my male pattern baldness. Yeah. Oh no, baby, I'd never do that to you.
I would though, and you know it.
I know you would.
So where are you? Are you just putting it on under?
Yeah, I'm literally just strapping it to the tri-jack. That way. cunning plan. Oh, I completely lost you now.
Sometimes living in...
Well, I've lost you, haven't I?
Yeah.
I've lost you.
But also sometimes living in the unknown is better than knowing the plan ahead.
Well, I still have a cunning plan.
What, to take over the world?
No.
I don't know that one.
Baltic. Baltic always had a cunning plan. Blackadder.
I've never seen Blackadder.
I'm thinking I'm just going to put it there.
Yeah.
So, there we are. And just like magic, the magic of editing, Axel is on the stands with a bucket and a block to balance it. But we have quite a bit of surface rust. It is mainly surface rust. There's quite a lot of flaking, a lot of dirt that needs to be cleaned off. But overall, it's not too bad. I mean, it's new. This dust shield has seen much better days, but might try and get a new one of those. Yeah, the rubber boots on the ball joints are perished. I do have new ball joints, but from what I've read up, they are an absolute nightmare to do. It doesn't look like they've ever been done. Like on this side. Yeah, same on this side. See in there, the rubber's perished. This heat shield, dust shield, a bit battered and bruised, so I'm gonna try and get a pair. The calipers themselves, I'll just clean them up in the carriers. Discs are okay. Pads are, yeah, brake pads look okay. This anti-roll bar shot. There's all the boots split. And then obviously nuts rusted on, and there's no flat edge or anywhere to put an Allen key or anything in the back of it to hold the centre pin still. So that's got to be cut off, but I do have new ones of those already. Yeah, I've got new brake lines. These thin arms are still not that old, so they're still really good and don't need changing. CV boots are good, not damaged. Can't say they'll stay that way, but they're quite they're good, quite good. So yeah, so it's just a lot of surface for us to clean up. So wire brushes, wire wheel and angle grinder, clean it all up. That would have been the original label, but time got rid of that. Yeah, it doesn't really have any oil leaks, which is good. So yeah, so that's it for today. I'm going to work on cleaning it up over the next week. Okay, so we're back working on the axle today. I've already got this side apart. I wanted to do it off camera just so I could see how to get the ball joints out, which from all the videos I've watched and stuff, I thought it's going to be a real nightmare of a job, but they came after a bit of gentle persuasion. They came out alright in the end, so hopefully this other side is the same. Only issue I've got is got the bottom nut off there, but that one is stuck on there. Well, I say stuck, I wound it back and I left it on a few threads to so when it separated off the ball joint it wouldn't fall off. But now it's stuck on there completely. So I've tried putting the Allen key in the end, and all it does is it's starting to chew it up. So unfortunately, if you can see that in there, it started to chew the end up. So that means I'm going to have to cut the bar there just to get this knuckle off. And as soon as the knuckle's off, I can then work on wire wheeling all this up to clean it up, to then hopefully press the ball joints out. And fingers crossed it goes as smoothly as the other side. I say smooth, they did take about an hour and a half to do. That's that cut off there, and then I just went around with the wire wheel and just cleaned up all the rust, just so I can try and get some penetrating oil down, because that's the mating surface there and there. So if I can get some penetrating oil in there, and then I can show you how I went about pressing them out. Still got a part of the ball joint in there because it's obviously tapered, so it only sits in so far, but that's fine. Should have cut the thread, but I didn't, which isn't a problem. I'll just cut that in a bit when I come to clean these up for painting. And there's a few bolts. Oh, just one bolt's cut out for the backing plate. I've got a lot of new parts, a lot of new stuff for this. So I'll show you all those in a bit after I get those two out. I'll show you all the new parts I got. Okay, right, this is the press kit I used. Can't remember where I got it from. I think it might have been off eBay. But it does the job. You get a selection of receiver cups, 2 plates, a cap, deeper receivers. So anyway, I did the top one first and used this medium sized, which sat, get that right, sat over there, sits over there real nicely, and I'll use that for the top. I then put this one like that. So it sits just like that, and then the threaded part of the press presses down on top, and this is going to be a lot easier now that bottom part of the ball joint's gone, and you get another piece to press on the bottom there, and that pushes it that way out. But I'll get this camera set up and I'll show you how I actually did it. So the cup and the cap set over the top. That part of the press locates in there, and because the part's not there, it's going to make this next bit a little bit easier. So initially I didn't put anything on the bottom, so nothing on the bottom there. I used it as it is. Bring it up just so it touches just like that. Now the bolt on the end of that is a 22mm, nice and simple. And this is where it got interesting. It's actually the breaker bar, because they're really tight, like insanely tight. That makes sure it's all located. I didn't use too much heat, just a gentle warming. And it is quite nerve-wracking, because you think, is the clamp going to break? Is it going to strip the threads? Is it just going to crack the axle? But it worked fine on the other side. So then, decent size lump, and with some tension on it, couple of taps, that one put up a lot more of a fight than the other side, but it's out. It's out. And no, there's no damage. There's a lot of rust inside of there, but well, actually that looks like paint, like when it was cast. When the car was built, so I think these might be the original ball joints, quite possibly. Yeah. So that's that one out. Like I said, it's a lot of hassle trying to get them out. You can do it on your own. If you don't want to take it to the garage, it's something you can do. Just make sure you are prepared for a lot of work. Just takes a lot of time. This press kit, like I said, it's not a branded one. I think it's starting to go slightly out of shape just from the pressure. I think that bottom part there, I don't know if you can see that, looks like it might be going slightly, but it's doing the job so far. So I'll keep going with those, and I've only got one more to come out, so I'll get on with that. I'll put you on a time lapse again, because you kind of get the idea. You don't need to talk you through step by step, even though this one is slightly different, but I'll show you. This one's slightly different because you can do it with different attachments, but I'll show you. Okay, so I just turned the axle back over so you can see it a bit better, and it comes out this way. So what we need to do on this one is a little bit different to the top. Use the largest receiver cup because the medium one just doesn't fit over at all. So we'll use a larger one, which is slightly too large. Let's sit that just on the edge, a bit like that, and then you've got that to worry about. Put the cup on that way, it should drift out, but then you also use this larger cone, because a larger cone will accept the ball joint through it. So it sits just like that on there, and then the ball joint can pass through the centre. And then what happens is the clamp itself, it's just right so you can see. So then the clamp holds up nicely, just in there, and then you press down on the top of the ball joint. So I'll get it set up. I'll quickly show you. Okay, so I just set that up now. So like I said, yeah, that bracket is clamp is bent a bit, and you see it's not sitting completely flat in there, but as long as it lasts long enough to get this one out and put the 4 new ones in. Right, so the large cup on the bottom to receive the ball joint, got this small plate on top which the screw will press down onto and press it out that way, cap, and then the threaded bar just sits through the top hole where the top ball joint would go, and that's pretty much it. Same principle as the other one. Plenty of penetrating spray and heat and a few taps with a hammer, and hopefully it pops out just as easy as the other 3 have done so far. Okay, so after all that fighting, I have managed to get it out. I did injure myself as it gave way. Obviously the ball joint popped out. I had a lot of tension on it, on the breaker bar, and I've come back round and caught my finger on my thumb on the corner of the diff housing. So yeah, that's very sore, hence the lovely bags on my hands. But anyway, that's out of there now, and that's the bottom one. But there's so much play in that, it's definitely need a change. I don't know if they've been changed before, but yeah, definitely getting you off, and it's ready for wire wheeling to get rid of all the chunks of rust, and then some rust treatment. I've got some cure rust and then some hammerite paint, and it should be, wow, protect it for a little bit longer. What are you doing? He's come to see what's going on, make sure I'm doing it right. Yep. Yeah, so that's all for this one. I'm going to, next steps, obviously I'll leave this breather pipe in, and I'm going to give it another jet wash, and I've already given it one, but I'll give it another one, and then start wire wheeling it. Wire wheel on the angle grinder, get rid of all the chunks of rust that's everywhere, and then rust treat it, paint it, and then put it all back together. And the steering knuckles going to have the same, they'll be wire wheeled back and rust treated and painted, and then well, I'll put those back on when it's on the car, because that'll be a little bit easier, and it'll mean actually taking the axle to the car, because it's down by the garages. It's a lot lighter, so I'll be able to carry it down there, either on the trolley jack or just pick it up, because it's not all that heavy now. So yeah, but that's all for today. I will carry on doing other stuff tomorrow.